What's happening, YouTube? Good morning. Just want to thank everybody for the subscribers. Now I looked a couple days ago, it's 250. This morning's 275. I'm overwhelmed. Thank you guys very much. And I'm going to keep going at it. So what do we got going on today? It's a Sunday, almost New Year's Eve. Got my rear main seal for the engine. I got the valve seal that I was waiting to go get. I'm going to try to polish up getting that engine together. But I want to talk about some engine stands today. Now, I had a fella comment on my one post where I'd worked on the engine hoist. He had some valid points. He was saying that my modification would never work, that it was going to break. Well, I mean, you're really underestimating the strength of steel for what I'm picking up, but that's okay. I mean, I understand what he's talking about. That is a weak point where I, notched those things, but I still boxed them in. And honestly, I didn't box the ends on the long arms, which, if anything, that needed it worse than anything. But he thought it was going to tear it, kind of the angle where the gusset is, sort of. It's not really a gusset where it angles down. I mean, we're talking, you've got at best 250 pounds of weight on each leg with a motor on it. Man, I mean, it can handle that. I mean, I've seen desk chairs go through more shit than that. But anyway, to his point, I appreciate him looking out, showing me, his concerns. Now, I have one concern about this engine hoist. Let me show you. All right, now I didn't paint this thing, but now, if you'll notice, there's no holes in this thing. So I'm going to get this thing about where I want it, and I'm going to drill holes, like say I drill a hole here, and I'm going to have holes in this thing right here to match, and I'm going to buy a pin and a hairpin to go through it, because, I mean, honestly, I don't think it's going to slide out, but it could. And this isn't much of an engine hoist, to be honest with you. I mean, it's kind of thin metal. It's not made to pick up a lot. So it works great for what I'm doing, but I wouldn't pick up much. I'd be nervous with a big block Chevrolet, to be honest with you. This is the most you're going to see this thing, an iron-headed small block Ford or an iron-headed small block Chevrolet is the biggest motor you're going to see this pick up. If we go with a bigger engine, I have other alternatives for lifting. But other than that, I mean, this motor's just sitting here, been sitting here, and man, they ain't broke. I mean, it's been sitting on this hoist for a good while. I took this motor out 2 or 3 weeks ago, and she's just sitting there. So, bub, you can rest easy. It's going to hold. Back to what I was saying about engine stands. Well, I was looking for an engine stand on Facebook Marketplace. Now, I bought this engine stand for $30. Now, it ain't much. I can tell you that. They modified it. They've added some braces and stuff to it. I'm going to redo that. I'm going to cut those off and redo it. But here's what I'll tell you about it. I mean, it needs work, for sure. I'm going to modify this. Now, before I do, I actually let me get reverted here, back to where I was talking about. I bought this for $30. Now, you got better luck at finding these at yard sales. Facebook Marketplace is getting as bad as eBay. People get on there like, yeah, I got this. I'll take $125 for it. You serious? Well, I went and bought one at Harbor Freight yesterday, just a little half ton, $75. Brand new. People have them on Facebook selling them for $100. They have some on there that look like they've been through the war. Used one time, $125. Are you serious? I mean, do y'all not go to the stores and look at what this stuff costs new? I seen a 1-ton with the 2 legs out front in the town where I live for $200. So yeah, I went and bought that 1/2-ton engine stand, which was $99 regular price. I got it for $74.95 or $74.99 or whatever. I got the 1-ton hoist for $150. And these cats are out here selling these things over retail. So my thing is, guys, pay attention when you look, unless it's just out of pure convenience. Now, if I was in a pinch and that guy was available, readily available for me to pick up that stand, $200 wasn't that bad. And if I hadn't had a coupon for 25% off, that's what I would have paid for it. I'd pay $212 for it. And I'd had drove to Lexington and get it. So at that point, that was the better deal. Man, such a rare occasion. So that's where we're at with that. And I'm going to put those together. We'll take a look at them. If you know, everybody knows what an engine stand looks like. But my thing is, let me show you this. So this old engine stand, it ain't much. See the braces they've added to it? I don't really, I mean, I guess I kind of get what they're trying to do with it, but, you know, whatever. I'm going to do a little bit of fixing there and, you know, whatever. But I'm going to modify this right here. This is a piece I'm going to modify. I'll just cut this off right here and redo all that. So I'd rather just completely ruin a $30 engine hoist or engine stand versus one of the brand new ones that I bought. Alright, so this is the one I got 25% off. Got it for $75. This is the 1-ton. And I got this thing for, it was like $150. This one's got some weight to it. I'm actually going to open it out here and take it in a little bit at a time. But we're going to go ahead and get this one put together and get our engine that's on the floor on it. And then we're going to pick up and we're going to find a place to roll it and get it out of the way. Alright guys, so this is what I got so far. This is the 1,000-pound engine stand. Hey buddy. Now I know everybody's familiar with this sort of. But if you remember, they did a closeout on the old ones. Getting rid of them. Discount them. Closed out. And I didn't understand 100% what they were doing. I thought, oh, well, they put them back out. They got the Pittsburgh on. They're just prettier. Same price, pretty much. But let me show you something I noticed about it that the old ones didn't have. Actually got bearings in them. And these look similar to like what's on a tail shaft of a transmission that a yoke slides into. So basically, you just put you some grease in there and slide your plate in there. Should be good. And I was wondering, I thought, man, I don't remember the old ones having that. And I thought, well, I don't have an old one. Actually, I do. Right there's one. This is one of them. And I can tell you that this one, you can see how it's loose in there. This doesn't have those bearings in it. So, and this is a Pittsburgh 1/2-ton. And I guarantee you this right here now, these are a little bit, I think these are probably, I don't know if they're heavier or stouter, but I want to tell you what, now the engine that's sitting on this is a heavy engine. It's just a small block, but it's got the big heads on it. It's just a small block Ford 302 with Boss style heads on it, Boss style valve covers, you know, Boss style intake. So that's just a stand clean. I'll probably never build it. I'll probably just clean it up real good and paint it and deck it out and leave it on a stand forever. Who knows? But anyway, let's that's what I noticed cool about that. Let me get to putting this thing together. Now, this literally slides in here. This slides down there. You notice how it's got the, like a washer or something welded on it to make it a little bit tougher. That's where the wheels go. But they put all these bolts together for you, so you know what's what. You notice how this one don't have a nut on it. Well, pretty obvious where that one goes. So I will say that they made things a little bit better, but I just gotta raise this up with my hand. I just want to take a little chiseling, but no, it's on there. Okay, well don't clip on there very far. That was one-handed using a hammer. Well, this thing comes pre-greased. Now the bearings don't, but this does. Pretty sticky stuff, but I recommend a little bit of red grease. Get your finger on there and lube it up real good. There is no grease fitting on this, which would make perfect sense because this thing's probably gonna make 10 revolutions in its entirety. Oh, you have to bear with me. I still got that bicep tendon issue. Oh yeah, that's so smooth. All right, now to be honest with you, I bought this thing to do my modification with the whatever, the ratcheting thing to make it a rotating with the gearbox. But seeing how that was built and how much they've improved it, I'm just going to use it like it's intended to be. Now I'm going to show you one thing. Now I've got this tightened up. The only thing you need to put this together, you need a 14mm ratchet, socket, and a wrench for the front wheels. 17mm socket and a wrench for the front. An 18mm for the bottom bolt on that. And like you've seen, a small hammer to tap on the C-clips on both sides. And I'll put a little grease on them wheels as well. A little bit of grease for this. And now, but there's one thing that I don't like about this. You see this big gap? I'm gonna put a shim in there all the way to the front to the back because it bolts, you know, it bolts through there, and it actually bolts to a nut that's welded on the inside of this tube right here. So it's just gonna bend. So to strengthen it up a little bit, I'm gonna slide a shim inside of there. Usually what I would do would weld this thing up, but honestly, I'm gonna leave it the way it's supposed to be. If I ever want to take it apart, just for the sake of space, and I know I'm not gonna use it in a million years, I can just take it back apart and put it up. So I'm just gonna leave this as it is. But I'll tell you what, it's not a bad piece. You know, it's actually quite a bit better, and it's made a lot better than the old one. You notice it's got two pretty heavy duty gussets welded there versus this little thing right here. Somebody's gonna tell me that's stronger. Wait and see. As you can see, this has been modified. I'm sorry, this hasn't been modified, but the way they're doing the front end of this is a lot different now. So a little bit, actually, I mean, somebody's gonna say the other design is stronger, and I'm not even gonna halfway disagree with them. But it's like I was saying on the engine hoist. I mean, you don't have 10,000 pounds on this thing. You've got anywhere from 200 to 400 pounds. And this looks fairly nice the way they've done this, all the way through, welded on the inside, and probably the outside too. Nope, it's just got a support ring on it. But yeah, that's pretty much what you got there. I give it a thumbs up. Alright, so we got the engine. I don't have it sitting completely on there. I picked it up because the motor settles a lot because of that. So I cut this shim. Y'all bear with me. Flat shim. There we go. Now, it'll stay right there. That'll help All right, guys, that's it for me for New Year's Eve. This one's the old one's out. This is the one that's going in. Now I've got the heads torqued to 40 foot-pounds. Intake is not on it. It's just sitting up there for now. I went ahead and put the rockers on there. I'm trying to get this motor sewed up over here so I can put it up for storage. Guys, have a good New Year's. Wish you the best. Tomorrow we'll maybe talk about some resolutions. I hate resolutions because every time I say them, I don't do nothing. My resolution for this year, for 2023, was I was going to paint 1 or 2 cars. Neither happened. And I was also trying to lose like 40 or 50 pounds. I'm heavier than what I was last year. Now I am going to work on that because I really feel bad. I can't move around very good anymore, and I hurt all the time. And I know why, because I felt this way a long time ago, and I lost like 60 or no, I lost almost 100 pounds. And I felt amazing. So I need to get back on that. Got on the scales. My weight was 253.7 or 263.7. And my ideal weight is probably around 200. And that's not thin. I mean, 170 is a good weight for me. So I can move around good at 200 pounds. 170 is the ultimate goal. I'm not really shooting for that though. So, but I would like to see 200 pounds for sure. So, guys, I hope everybody has a happy New Year. Whatever. Have a happy New Year. And, man, we got some things coming down the pike. If I can get myself feeling a little bit better, we'll get more done. And I know that's the goal here. We're trying to make some things happen. I need to get this blue car fixed, done, and sold. It needs to be out of here. I need the space. So, that being said, Happy New Year. Thanks for hanging out with 606 Garage.